My older brother died. He was 17, I was 13. And then that's when my understanding of God, that there was no God. Or if there was a God, he was just not to be trusted. When I was making music, I didn't think as much. I didn't like spending time with myself. People around me who love me are like, I think you're drinking too much. And then I would just kind of avoid those people. And at this point, the more I was drinking, the less I had to keep quieting any thought of God, any thought of a moral compass. And I hated thinking about my behavior. I was consumed with darkness. And then I met my current wife. I was sober almost a year when I met her. And that was like the first time I started to feel somewhat hopeful and happy. The guy I used to tour with calls me. My wife was like, "You said that touring and traveling was a struggle." I'm like, "It's perfectly fine. I'm good." But as soon as they sent me my flight details, I started plotting. I can drink as long as I'm not around her. I can drink as long as I can't hurt people if I'm not drinking in front of them. That led to a full-blown relapse, to where my wife, for the very first time, saw me drinking. It's like she finally got to see that part of me that I'd been hiding. She's like, "Okay, I don't want you intoxicated around the kids." That was the day that I took my work knife and cut my wrist. So when I got back from the hospital, it was like, "You have assault charges on police, it's a felony." And I'm like, "What? Felonies are for like bad people." I found out that charges were filed against me for assaulting police as the firefighters were putting a tourniquet on my arm. I wasn't even happy I woke up. I woke up and immediately just started thinking about how ashamed I was, but fantasized about I just need to get into a place where I could go back to drinking inside of a hotel room by myself. It'll all be fine. My wife was like, "You have to go into a rehab. If you don't go into a rehab, this can't be, you're killing yourself." I was supposed to go into treatment on March 8th. So March 7th, I came home and was like, I'm just gonna have one last hoorah of drinking. I blacked out, and then I woke up in jail again. I was pissed, because I'm supposed to be at rehab. Now I have another disorderly conduct, and then they told me that I had assaulted my wife. And that was like I didn't care if I hurt myself. I didn't care if I died. But to know that I hurt her. So I was in jail. I pled guilty to domestic violence. They put me in another drug and alcohol program. During that time I was in that program, I went to trial for the assault on police. So then they sent me to prison. The time in jail into prison, I started reading the Bible for the first time. I wasn't reading for any other reason other than to know him. Why did you make me if all I was gonna do is become nothing? I started listening, and I started hearing God speak to me, and I wasn't afraid. I still had shame, but I didn't feel shamed by him, and I had peace for the first time since I was a kid. I left prison, went to a halfway house, which is way worse than prison. We were all out back, and this guy walked up and came up and he had a water bottle full of vodka. He was like, "Here, bro, you want a drink?" And I said, "No, I'm good." Even though my whole body was like, "No, this is yours." I was like, "No, I'm good." And then I went to bed, and I woke up the next day. The self-sabotage voice was gone. The voice of, "But look what you've done. Look at all the destruction that you've created is gone." I trusted him just by refusing what my body wanted. And my marriage has been healed from that time. I have peace because I'm not fighting anymore. And it's great. I love waking up every day. I love going to sleep every day, and I no longer have an obsession. My obsession is just looking around me and realizing what God has blessed me with. I do sound at Eastside Crossroads. That passion, my love for sound that I had came back to life. Now I get to do what I've always loved. There was darkness, but now there's light.